I was doing a show here. I was like, I think we just got bombed. And I was like, well, I'm like, you think I'm canceling the show because we got bombs going off? Let's keep the show going.
Started as a kid with a team to believe in. Every win and loss left my heart still beating. Year after year through the rain and the sun, learning that faith is what makes us strong.
The kick is up, and the kick is good afternoon, and welcome back to the Superfan Diaries. I'm your host, J.R. Greene, recording from our studios on Broadway in downtown Nash, Vegas, bringing you the biggest sports, the biggest moments, and the biggest fans, celebrating passionate sports figures and their unique stories. Yes, legends. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own game day traditions or stories online. Today, we are entering Big Blue Nation, Kentucky. I'm J.R. Greene, and this is the story about devotion. Not the kind where you put on a jersey on Sundays, not the kind where you watch the game with some friends and call it a night. I'm talking about the kind where you set your alarm for 1 a.m. in Saudi Arabia in the desert heat and you turn on the microphone because Big Blue Nation is waiting. Every week for 5 years, 163 episodes. And 2 months ago, he did a 12-hour straight show just to hang out with the fans. Sleep? Apparently optional when you beat blue. Ladies and gentlemen, calling in from the other side of the world, an American veteran and the host of the Loyal BBN Fan Show, Michael Spencer Sr. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Well, that's hard to top right there. I appreciate that. Got me all emotional. I'm an emotional brother.
Well, I love it. That's what we do here on Superfan Diaries. And guess what? I'm wearing, like I told you before in the green room, hey, I'm wearing the SEC shirt for you. I know we're hurting right now a little bit in the SEC when it comes to football, but I'm wearing it. I'm proud to wear it, and I'm ready to get here with you. And by the way, what time is it in Saudi Arabia right now?
Oh, man, right now it's just after 2 a.m. in the morning. So, yes.
I mean, you were showing up on our show at 2 a.m. I mean, I get this. Look, when I was like 18 to probably age 35, and I did live in New York City when I was single, I might stay up till 4 a.m. Heck, fire, I might do around the clock. But now, getting up at 2 a.m., that is rough. That is rough. So I cannot thank you enough for jumping on Superfan Diaries today. We are thrilled to have you. And, you know, before we get into what you're doing in Saudi Arabia, because everyone obviously wants to know, and guess what? It's not about LIV. But we're we'll definitely chat more about Saudi Arabia. But let's get back to the beginning. Where did the Kentucky Wildcats love come from? Was this passed down or something you found on your own?
Well, I mean, I'm originally from Kentucky as well, too. So I'm from Frankfort, Kentucky.
All right. You know, not very far from where I'm from. I'm not originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, but I live in Franklin, Tennessee. You're not too far. I know exactly where you are.
There you go, right up the road. So I'm a sports guy. So I played football when I was younger.
Okay.
And everything. So, you know, just kind of growing up in Kentucky and everything. I think I did root for Kentucky at an early age, but I think it really, really kind of hit when I got a little older after I joined the Navy. Yeah. And just being able to represent Kentucky around so many different people from all over the nations and brag about your state and brag about your Kentucky team was all, you know, it just became a real pleasure for me. And I just, it's cats all day, baby. It's cats or nobody. And for real, look, I'm serious. Ain't no SEC without Kentucky. Call me crazy, but it's just what it is.
By the way, it's one of the big states in the union. There's no doubt. I mean, it's Kentucky. It's called a state in the union. It's not like Wabash State. So, you know, you're showing up, and I think it's amazing. I can relate because, you know what? No SEC. You can't have a Tennessee. You got to have Tennessee to have SEC. I mean, it's
Come on, man. Stop playing. Come on, man. Stop playing with that Tennessee stuff, man. Come on, man. Stop it.
You own us in basketball. What are you talking about? I mean, you dominated us in basketball this season. So,
that's what we do.
I know. And we get you in football. I know. It kind of goes back. It goes back. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Was there a specific moment? I know you mentioned you grew up, and that has a lot to it, but was there ever like a specific moment that you felt I knew as a Kentucky moment? And the reason I'm doing a little bit of a loaded question, because a lot of people have heard of Big Blue Madness at midnight. Yes. By the way, that would work really, really, really well with your time schedule now.
Yes, it would. I enjoy it.
Tell me about, was there one key moment as a Kentucky fan? Obviously, growing up, you know, I remember the first moment that I went to a ball game, but like, was there something special that happened to you?
I think it was the '98 championships year when we was playing Utah, and we was out in the middle of the Atlantic somewhere, and I was trying my best to keep up with the ball game and everything. And when we won the championship, of course, it was like 3:00 in the morning where we was at, so I was in the dark, and I was trying to keep up with it. And I just sat on the stairs in the berthing section, and I was just like, man, these are my boys, man. Like Kentucky, like this is it. So the next day, it was just kind of like this, just thing that just kind of just took over me. And don't get me wrong, I've always loved Kentucky,
Yep.
but just like really, because that's me being away from home for the first time like that, and just knowing that I had to find some alternate ways
Yep.
to try to cheer for the Cats, and just being and having to really cheer by myself because there was nobody to cheer with me. And everything
Yep.
I just said, like, look, man, these are my boys. And, I don't want to take no slack from you Kentucky fans. I understand, I was in the military. I started overseas in Italy, so I didn't have a chance to keep up with stuff the way you guys kept up with stuff. But when I had a
hey,
chance,
take a moment, man. You served our country, Michael. Thank you for this. You served our country.
Appreciate it. So, like, when I had that opportunity to really engulf what Kentucky really was,
Yep.
it was just like, this is my heart.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
And I think, that's one of the biggest parts of when people feel like it. So tell me about some of the extraordinary highs. You described 98. What about, where were you on the 2012 national championship?
2012, I was actually living in Japan then. So I had to get up at like way down off in the morning to be able to watch it. As you notice, I'm always overseas somewhere.
We are lucky to have you. Kentucky fans are lucky to have you, and America is lucky to have you.
Yeah. So I was actually in Japan. I was on my way back to the States then and everything, but I was in Japan when they won the national championship. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. Just another special moment in my life to be able to say, look, this is it right here, baby. 2012. I still got it on my wall. It's still fresh and everything. We don't play with this Kentucky stuff, boy. We get it real.
I love it. All right. Besides the fun distraction about being this fishbowl studio, by the way, I was having to wave some fans. They're out here waving at you. There's a little camera out here. They can see you. We just haven't become advanced enough to put the camera so you can see them too. But they were waving at you. They were waving at you. A nice little couple was waving. Sorry I didn't get the camera on it. But all right, at what point did talking basketball with friends stop being enough? Because you obviously were a super fan. You're traveling to Japan. You're all over the world, but you were talking basketball. You felt that you needed to do something more. And take me through the actual moment you decided to start the Loyal BBN Fan Show.
Oh, wow. It was, I started out doing 5-minute post-game shows. And I was like, it was 5 minutes. So basically it was in 2018 is when I actually settled down, when I moved to Tennessee. And I was able to just kind of settle down and everything. And I was watching games and I was like, man, you know what? I think I want to go online and I think I just want to turn on the camera. Yeah. And I just turned on the camera and I just start talking. And, for the longest, it was just like maybe 10 minutes at the most. And it took me, man, probably about 4 years, man, really before anybody ever know. I mean, people were showing up for the shows and like stuff like that. But it wasn't really until we lost to Oakland is when people really started finding me. So even when people was not showing up, even when I was getting, 3 views, it meant a lot to me.
You kept at it.
I was going years, was getting, 50 views was to me for 4 or 5 years was awesome. But then when we lost to Oakland, it just kind of just went up, and so many supporters and so many people believe in me, but I kept at it. And my wife always told me, don't worry about who shows up. This is what you love. You just continue to do it and the people will find you. So that's exactly what I do. And here I am today.
It's a message. By the way, it's a message everyone should follow. So many people many people get discouraged. Timing, it just takes time. It's like TNT, get the right team, find that niche. You found that cool niche with fans, Blue Nation, and then boom, time. You have to invest the time, and you did it. And so tell me this also, not only that, did you build this and grow it? A sad loss against Oakland helped, basically take you to the viral point, which is, I hate to say it, a little opposite of what you wanted, but hey, it got you what you needed. But now your show is built around the call-in format. There's no scripts, no filters, just BBN calling in to speak their mind. What made you do that format versus a more scripted format? It's almost like you're a bit like Paul Feinbaum.
You know what? It's like Kentucky fans. One thing about Kentucky fans, they want to, they got something to say, whether you agree with it. And one thing being in the military, the one thing that I learned is everybody's gonna have their own opinion. And it doesn't mean you have to overreact. It doesn't mean that we have to fight just because you don't believe what I believe.
Right.
So I wanted to create an environment where people can come and feel safe, so they can come and say what's on their mind and not be judged. And so because of that, people feel free to be able to call in. And just because I don't, I might not like, just because they might not like Coach Pope and they might feel like he's not for Kentucky, I let them talk. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people just need to vent, and it's not me to judge you. I mean, I got days when I don't feel, when when I'm not on my high, but people still come and listen to me. And if people can listen to me talk, then surely I can listen to them talk and be okay with their opinion.
Absolutely. And you think about these opinions. You've done 163 shows. Michael, 163 episodes so far, and it just keeps growing. Has the show become somewhat different than when you started in 2018?
Oh, absolutely. It's completely different. And like I said, I had, when I first started out, like I had no intentions of recording videos during the week.
Yes.
I had no intentions of having a team with me. I just wanted to come on and do a post-game show, and that was it. I didn't think about doing pre-game shows. So now it's like weekly shows, it's call-in shows, it's doing, recording videos and uploading it. So it's really stretching me. But the thing that I love the best is the BBN, when they get behind you and when they support you. It's a beautiful thing, man. It is. And I'm so appreciative of everybody who supports me on my show with my team.
It's fandom with a capital F. All right, this is the end of the first half. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to Saudi Arabia, where things are a little bit different than here in the U.S. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are back with Michael Spencer Sr., host of the Loyal BBN Fan Show. And I know Kentucky fans, you know exactly who this is. Joining us today from Saudi Arabia. Michael, I have to ask the obvious question. How does someone end up running a really successful Kentucky Wildcat podcast while living in Saudi Arabia? And please tell us what moved you there.
Well, I came here as a contractor. So I actually work for a Saudi company here.
Okay.
But as far as me, doing my show, one thing, because of course I was doing it before I came back over, because I was in Kuwait as well. So I was doing it there too as well. So when I went home and then when I took the job back over here in Saudi, I knew that I was going to have to keep this going. So it was a no-brainer. And so of course I knew that the time difference, I knew that the sleep I was going to lose.
Yeah.
But I'm locked into this. I'm dedicated to this, and I know what it's going to take. And I know that when the camera goes on, I have people there that's going to support me. So, so getting up at 12 a.m., getting ready for a 1 o'clock show. Of course, the time changed. Wow. So when the time changes back, then I got to get up at 1 and get ready for a 2 o'clock show. And I'm also doing, on Thursdays, I'm also doing a 3 a.m. show for 4 hours. So we do a call-in show for 4 hours. And as long as people are calling in, I sit right here and I talk to them. I don't really have a lot of intentions of talking myself. It doesn't go that way. I usually have to talk a lot, even on the show with the callers. Yeah. And so it's a lot of interaction. But yeah, being here in Saudi, look, this right here doesn't stop because you go to the other side of the world. Kentucky goes on and on and on. It's much bigger than me, and I just have to be one little small part in it to say I love my Kentucky Wildcats until I die. So let's roll. Let's go Cats.
Absolutely love it. And by the way, I'm never going to complain to my producers about any time of the day they ask me to do the show, because I've just now heard from you. No more of that. I'm just happy to be here, and I mean, finding guests like you basically just builds my enthusiasm to keep doing what I'm doing, and I really appreciate it. All right, now tell our folks, walk us through a typical Thursday night for you, because for our listeners, while they're sitting on their couch in Kentucky or Nashville or wherever, Michael Spencer is setting an alarm, like you just said, right? Yes. Getting at 12, going to 1, you're prepping. Then you have another 2 hours. And this is in the middle of the Middle Eastern heat. Opening up the phone lines. What does that look like when the phone lines start? I know you just told us that you start listening to the fans, but like, how are you managing that? And are you taking like caffeine, like pills, and drinking like 15 Cokes?
No, actually, being here in Saudi, the weekend starts on a Thursday. Okay. So, because our work week is Sunday through Thursday.
That's right. Follow the American. So,
So since I've been here, I've given up every single Thursday night to go out and enjoy myself because it's considered a Friday night really in the States.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So
Yep.
so I give up every Thursday night so I can make sure that I'm rested, so I don't cheat the people who's watching. So I go to bed so I can make sure that I'm up and ready to go for the show. I make that sacrifice because people are making sacrifice for me. But it's come home, do what I got to do, go to sleep, and soon as it goes live, I talk for a few minutes. My quote is, "Welcome to the Loyal BBN Fan Show. No fake hype, just real BBN talk." So and then I open up the phone lines, and some shows people are absolutely ready to call in, and some shows that once one or two people call in, then some people start calling in. But I don't have a producer. I don't have anybody. I just control everything.
Wow.
Right here with this Kentucky finger. Let's do it, baby.
That Kentucky blue. That Kentucky big blue finger right there.
So that's that's typical how it goes.
Well, tell me about this now. In terms of the research, you did one show for 12. Okay, I want all the listeners listen to this. Michael did one show for 12 hours straight. I mean, the only other announcer I know that does that is on the NFL Network when he does the Red Zone. Scott, I think is his name. He stands behind there. And the rumor is that he's got literally a urinal in front of the podium because he's in there, I think, for I don't think it's 12. I think he may be there for 10. You do 12 hours straight. I mean, at what point did you think this is a little much? I mean, how that's a lot of content that's going on. How many questions were asked or talked about during a 12-hour period of time?
Oh, when I decided to do that,
was it a world record? Was that a Guinness World Record?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, but it was.
No. I said I'm asking you because I feel like it should be.
Could be. I'm not sure. I never even thought about it. But I knew for that particular show, it was going to be an open broadcast as far as any conversations goes. It was and here's the funny thing about it. I did it so I can try to work my way to 5,000 subscribers. I only for 12 hours, I average 1 subscriber an hour. I only got 12 subscribers, but you know what? I had a wonderful time, and I enjoyed every second of it. And when the next day was it time for me to go live again, guess where I was at? Right here in front of this computer. Because this is bigger than anything else, and I love what I do. But we talked about everything up under the show. I showed them, I bought different colognes from over here in the Middle East, so I was showing them some of my colognes. And, so it was a lot of
family broadcast there.
By
the way, cologne is the hottest thing for tweens right now. Okay, my son who's 13. I mean, I went to the mall, and I don't know if it's like that in Saudi Arabia, but Michael, some of these colognes are like $500 a bottle.
Yes, they are. It's these colognes are.
When did that happen? When did this happen? Because I used to buy Polo, like double Polo at JCPenney, and I think it was like $12.
Yeah. So, but cologne over here is a way of life. You go to work wearing it. You go to the hospital. You smell it all through the hospitals over here smell beautiful.
I have no doubt because they're buying $600 bottles of cologne. They better smell good.
And they go through it pretty fast from what I was told, just so they can get. So they always trying to one up each other. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Getting back to the fan show. What does your family think about all this? Besides the fact you smell really good.
My family, they're real supportive of it. My wife, she was prior military too as well.
Yep. And she's the one that kept encouraging. And she's even told you, hey, keep going. What about the rest of your family?
Everybody's really, really supportive of me as well too. It first started off, when you start off something like this with family, sometimes it's just like, that's just kind of a hobby, that's just kind of what they're doing. But now it's like, now they know that this is just what I do, so planning around me doing my shows and like stuff like that. So I'm actually traveling next week. I'm going to be driving to Qatar next week, and if I'm able to, I'm gonna do my show still. But if I'm not, then that would be the first Thursday night in months that I had to miss doing my call-in show. I feel guilty because I feel like I'm cheating guys out of, what I'm saying? I feel like I'm cheating the BBN by not showing up.
Michael, there is a war that is going on that is not far from you, and you're casually driving to Qatar. I mean, That is incredible. Your fandom is
Yeah.
skyrocketing in my mind
Yeah.
in terms of the
So
level of passion you have. And what's it
yeah.
like over right now in Saudi Arabia with everything going on in America versus Iraq? So, I mean, excuse me,
Well,
Iran.
it's we're monitoring. I think we're like one of the only countries right now that's still fully working as far as the what we
Okay.
do.
Yeah,
Our
because
neighbor, of
Saudi
course,
Arabia bombed them recently. And I mean, like, so there was Saudi Arabia actually took an action on their own to
yeah.
Iran. So, I mean, that means I just feel like Iran could be starting to send stuff back into
That
Saudi Arabia as well.
well, I was actually doing a show here, and I was like, I think we just got bombed, and I was like, well, I'm like, you think I'm canceling the show because we got bombs going off? Let's keep the show going.
I mean, Big
I'm like,
Blue Nation. This is the fan of the century for you guys. In the middle of a
but
war, the show
I'm,
must go on.
yeah, no show
Wow.
going on. So yeah, no, it was crazy,
Well, I had
Uh,
another question for you, but you just answered it for me. I basically
yeah,
said, has there ever been a moment, like at 3 a.m. or any time, when you just felt, you know what, I've got to cancel the show? Clearly, the answer is no, but what keeps
yeah.
pulling you back? I mean, obviously, a bomb may be going off, and what keeps you so focused?
Honestly, it's just I have supporters who just show up every single show, and
Wow.
because of that, they're not shorting me their time,
Yeah,
so I can't short them my time. So I have to give them.
I love it.
And I had to do a short show because I do a Monday. My Monday night show is much shorter because I got to go
Right.
right to work. The Thursday night with my call in, I can just take my time. So I had to do a shorter show, and I felt so guilty that I had to cut the show short. But we had to go to
Yep.
work early the next, that morning, and I had to. Hey, I'm so sorry. I had to apologize, for doing such a short, for doing a shorter show.
Yep.
But it's just I can't take credit. One thing people got to understand is about
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, I can get in front of the camera and I can turn it on and I can
Right.
do my show, but my show is nothing without you guys, and that's why I show up, is because when they show up, I feel like I have to show up, and I have to be wide awoke, and I have to be able to be
It keeps you
and
going.
interacting.
Yeah.
Interacting with them means a great deal to me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think about it, it's not the fans, not only just the fans, it's actually the
Yeah.
program itself. And what I mean by
Yes.
that is you've had players' families, literally players' family members call in. I mean, the dad of Braden Hawthorne, Cam
Yeah.
Williams joined the show. What does a
Yeah.
moment like that feel like for you when you've entered from the fan space to the Wildcat program itself is noticing you and calling in? How does that feel?
I still have to pinch myself. I remember the first time Mr. Williams called into the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you Cam's dad? He's like, yeah, I'm Cam's
Yes,
dad.
sir.
So
I
I was,
love it.
I was really, really speechless for that. And then of course he's always, he's on often now. And I think maybe not this past week that we just had, but last week,
Yes.
Brendan Harthorne's dad came on,
Yep.
and
Absolutely.
I was just like, man, this is cool. Like to me, I'm
Yeah.
a fan too. So I'm just like, I was like, yo, man,
Yeah.
let's just do a show.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining.
let's go. Absolutely. So I'm always really grateful for all the support that I get, and I never, I always keep my spirit high for
Yep.
Kentucky, but I don't ever put myself too high up. Like I feel like I'm just a man, just because my
Yes.
show is growing. I always look to stay humble, and
Oh, absolutely. It's
and stay
critical.
very appreciative of what's being, of the help that I'm giving.
Well, I mean, you've made a point which to become a family friendly show. I mean, what's the
Yes.
there's a lot of pressure out there for shows, even our show gets it where people want to see something that's a little bit more risque. They want to be
Yeah.
able to utilize language, they want to be able to push it. What helps keep you focused on being a family friendly show? Obviously, we can relate because we're doing the same thing, but what keeps you
Yeah.
doing that?
Well, it's my faith and everything, and my big thing is, if you're listening to my show, I don't want you to have to turn it off just because your kid's in the car.
Because I do that.
don't-
I turn
Yeah.
that stuff off as soon as I hear the cuss words. That podcast,
Yeah.
that show, that song, out,
Yeah.
fired.
It goes out, absolutely. So I want you to be able to listen to or watch the show.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people actually watch it on their TVs, what I'm saying, during the lives. So of course you got kids running around, you got families. So, I don't personally use the language myself. I don't criticize anybody who uses the language. That's your life. You got to do what you got to do.
Now,
But
I'm not
for
going to, I
this-
do use the language. So
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be called anything. I do, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
won't do it around children.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So, so I just want the show to be clean, and I want you to not have to turn it down just because your 5-year-old comes in the room and they be like, Mom, what are they talking about? I want that to be. So,
All right. I love it. 163
Yeah.
episodes. What was the most memorable call-in moment you've ever had?
You know what? I mean, honestly, I really have to be honest with you. Well, because it really has to be maybe Mr. Williams. And I say Mr. Williams only because he, when as you just said, when you kind of broke from the fans to inside the program,
Yep.
and for me to be talking to somebody that has a athlete that plays for Kentucky, to me that was a priceless moment for me. And
That's
it was
great.
just like I could not believe that you see other shows have
Yep.
these parents on and talking, and I'm like, man, nobody knows me. Nobody's going to call into my show.
People
And then
do
when
know
it
you.
Hey,
BBN,
and
come
then-
on now. BBN knows you.
So when a parent actually takes the initiative to call into the show,
Means you're doing
to
something
me
right.
that was kind of like,
Yep.
wow. Like I
Yeah.
don't necessarily say I got an inside guy, but I got an inside guy.
You
per
got
se.
an inside guy. Well, speaking of that inside guy, tell me what you think of right now in the program. Let's go big picture here. Coach Pope, transfer portal, recruiting. I mean, BBN is restless. Give us your honest read on where the program is.
It's right now, it's scary. And I can say that with a straight face, only because right now we don't know. We don't know where it's going to go at. Coach Pope, he misses on a lot of big recruits. The one thing that I do though, honestly, is that I just remain positive as far as the program
It's hard
goes.
sometimes for us fans. It's hard.
Very hard. It is very hard. But I made it up in my mind because I love Kentucky, that it doesn't matter what players we have. It doesn't matter what coach we have, because look, Coach Pope can be fired tomorrow and they're still going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And, this is still the mission right here is still getting
blue.
the national championship.
Yep.
So, it is, you sit back and you think and you wonder as a fan, okay, what's it going to take for, when you see teams, you see fans across the nation laughing at Kentucky, making fun of us, and just, it's Kentucky's.
That means you're doing something right sometimes, though. Hey, because if you
Yeah.
ain't hated, it means you ain't winning.
There you go. So, so people hate us. So I'm ready for us to get back to playing Kentucky basketball. Is Coach Pope the guy for the job? He's on, look, I like to joke and say he's not on the hot seat anymore. He's on the grill.
It's so good.
He's
There's
on the
coaches on that it's like every coach has to potentially get on that grill.
Yeah.
All right, it's time now for Desert Fan Island. All right, Michael, here's the deal. You're stranded right now, just you in the Kentucky arena. By the way, I got to visit a couple of years ago. Priceless. It's amazing to be able to get up there.
Yeah.
Pretend you're on an island, all right? You're in the middle of a deserted fan island. You get only 5 things in that arena with just yourself and a Jumbotron. You get one movie that's going to go over and over. One musical artist, one food, one drink, and one person to be with. Number 1, what movie are you going to be watching over and over again?
Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman.
That's a good movie. That's a solid movie. It keeps you up at night. That's
Yeah.
for sure. All right,
Yeah.
number 2, what's your favorite musical artist?
I have to go with Nickelback. They helped me write my books.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just boom. I mean, that music just, it does pull you. It pulls you
Yeah.
out. I love it.
It pulls me in.
All right, one food. One food.
Give me my hot dog.
Basic hot dog. Mustard or ketchup?
Mustard and onions.
All
I have
right,
to
let's
grow
go.
my own onions.
Yeah. Keep that breath smelling good. All right, one drink. One drink.
Give me I take a Sprite.
Nice little bit of sugar right
Yeah.
there, a little bit of sugar,
Yeah.
but it's okay because you're walking, as you told me, 25,000 steps a day. So I
Yeah.
think you can handle that Sprite. All right, you get to be with one person.
Ooh, that was the hard one. That's hard. I guess you know what? I think I go with my dad. Me and my dad, we would sit around and we would talk about the Bible a lot.
I don't think your wife or anyone can be upset with that
Yeah.
answer. That's that, drop the mic answer. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a bonus question. Pretend you're 18, fully
Okay.
healthy. fully athletic. You get to play one-on-one with one Kentucky player of any time in any era of all time. Who are you picking?
Oh, man. Give me a Julius Randle.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to you.
Give
All
me
right,
Julius
listen.
Randle.
I think it's awesome.
He's going to kill me, but I take it.
You're going to take him. It's great. All right, it's a quick break. Subscribe. Leave us a review. Tell a Wildcats fan. And we are coming right back with the buzzer beater. We are back with the one and only BBN Fan Show host, Mr. Michael Sr. Michael, you're living abroad, working hard, losing sleep, and every week you still show up for BBN. I know we've been talking a lot about how much you love it, your dedication. What does this show mean to you personally, mentally? Not just to the fans, but to you.
I get a chance to hang out with Kentucky fans. Because I don't really get that over here, and being over here,
that's great.
If it's a game on, because of course the games come on at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm at work and like stuff like that. So just being with this hangout with fans, and believe it or not, because when I go to bed in the afternoon, like I don't really, everything's all nice and calm in the States. But when I wake up, so much has happened. So it gives me a chance to catch up with what's going on with Kentucky and all this kind of stuff. And, it kind of keeps me level, and it gives me a little purpose as far as what you should be doing every single day. So
all right.
So
a good question on that point that I'm sure the listeners are right in their mind are thinking as well is everything's going on. Are you recording the games, part one? Obviously my answer is probably yes, but are you watching them if they lose?
Oh, I'm watching every ball game, and I get up. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what time of the night, because sometimes the game comes on at like 9 o'clock at night, which means I got to watch the game, do a post game show, and then stay up rest of the night, and then go to work. So yes,
I mean that it's incredible, and I think it speaks right to loyalty. So you call the show, you named it the Loyal BBN Fan Show. Loyal is a big word. And you clearly illustrating it more than almost any fan I've ever spoken to. What does loyalty mean to you as a fan and as a person?
I cheer for these guys. I cheer for Kentucky. And it doesn't matter which coach is there. It doesn't matter if I like the coach or not.
Yep. Oh, we know that already.
The coaches and players will leave one day. This right here would not. And I just stay loyal to Kentucky. And even if the vision doesn't look right, it doesn't look like it's going in the right direction with whoever's in leadership, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I chose to cheer for Kentucky, and that's who I'm going to cheer for. And if they're not all that great, I'm cheering for Kentucky. If they winning it, I'm cheering for Kentucky. I'm just staying just like this because I love my Wildcats.
All right. It's time for the buzzer beater rapid fire questions, Michael. Quick answers right when I ask you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number one, greatest Kentucky player of all time. No debate, just your answer. And is it the round mound of touchdown?
I like Tyler Eulis.
All right, let's go with it. Best Kentucky game you've ever watched in person?
Ooh, I've only been to Rupp Arena one time, so I guess it's the
you would be both. We've both been to Rupp Arena one time. Yeah. You won that game too.
Yeah, we won that game. Yeah, so it's Illinois State is the game I went to for basketball.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I love you. Do you remember the score?
It was exciting. We got down and we beat.
And you came back.
We beat the brakes off of.
Well, speaking of that, next question falls right into place. Rupp Arena. Describe it in 3 words.
I
gotta make it difficult. I can't make it easy for you, Michael. We can't just talk. We got to get 3 words.
Yeah. Exciting for the upper level, boring for the lower level, and on the court, electrifying.
I want everybody to know I did not give that answer up front. That's pretty darn. That's on your feet. Yeah. All right. Next question: Calipari era versus Mark Pope era. Be honest.
Oh, Calipari all day. I wasn't in favor of getting rid of him.
He seems to be taking Arkansas. Yeah. He keeps him in the tourney. I mean, he's just a good coach. He's just good.
Yeah.
All right. Next question: transfer portal, a necessary evil or the best thing to happen to college basketball?
A necessary evil.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
Yeah.
changed everything. I mean, Kentucky
Yeah.
used to be the big blue of taking all the top 5 freshmen of the class
Yeah.
every year. But I hate to say it, nobody wants those freshmen anymore, Michael. I mean, you want the
Yeah.
transfer who's proven himself for a couple of years. Pay
Yeah.
them an extra. They've proven it. Let's pay them the big money. Did you see that LSU guy getting like $5 million? I mean, what are we doing here?
We paying a lot of money for these kids, bro. We might
All
be
right.
giving $6 million to a guy this year too.
Stop it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to something that makes us laugh. Most hilarious thing a caller has ever said to you on your show live.
Woohoo.
I know
Ooh.
you've had some funny ones.
Oh man, dude, this is rapid reaction.
It's rapid, baby.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
guess the guy told me last night we're gonna win a national championship. I try not to laugh too hard.
Come on now, Michael. You can't. That's not the most hilarious thing.
Well,
That's just mean.
I guess it is because we don't even know what team we got for next year.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah,
Hey, don't worry.
yeah.
Our Lady Vols
Yeah,
are in the
that's-
same place, but Kim's starting to get some people.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
All right.
that was different.
All right. Well, we'll ask something else different then. Next question. What do you miss most from home while you're in Saudi Arabia? Is it Kentucky bourbon?
Well, I don't drink alcohol, so
Okay.
Uh,
Forget the Kentucky
what I
bourbon.
miss- what I miss most, I miss my wife's chicken Alfredo.
She can't make it there in Saudi Arabia.
She was here actually in December for about 2 weeks. We went to
When she
Egypt
comes to
and
visit,
seen the
okay.
pyramids and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did she make you chicken Alfredo?
No, she didn't because we was on the road. We went to Egypt and we traveled and stuff while she was here.
She's like, I'm not here to cook dinner.
Yeah.
I'm here to enjoy and get to visit the
Yeah.
world. All right,
For real.
next question. If Kentucky wins the national championship, what are you going to be doing in that moment? And would you be willing to fly back to the U.S. for the Final Four?
Yes, I would because actually I have plenty of vacations saved up by then.
All right.
And I would definitely, if they make the Final Fours, I'll foot the bill to go back. Yeah. So
Yeah, you can't miss
yeah.
it. By the way, I'd be doing the same
No.
thing.
absolutely. I would try to go back. Yeah.
Yeah, get back any way you can. I mean, because basically from Saudi Arabia, where do you fly from? You go Saudi Arabia, what airport do you have to fly to?
It just kind of depends on whenever you're booking your flights. You can fly through Germany, you can go through Dubai, you can
Okay.
go through Doha. So it's just you can go through Germany, so you can go through Paris. So it really just depends on whenever you're booking your tickets.
Well, you
So,
got to find a way to get to London because we got a direct flight from London. I mean, at least we
There
know
you
that
go. Yeah.
Nashville's got one direct flight to London. That gets us out of here.
yeah.
All right. Well, last question, the buzzer beater. One piece of advice for someone who wants to start their own fan podcast.
Be consistent, and even when nobody shows up, and if you really believe in what you're doing, just be consistent, and be true to who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not, and even when it doesn't look good, just keep going, and your moment will come. Just don't quit, and just realize always never forget why you started what you wanted to do.
I love it. Years from now, when people in Big Blue Nation talk about the fans who never stop showing up like you, no matter the time zone, no matter the hour, how good or bad the team is doing, if you like your coach or not. Of
Yeah.
course, they always seem to beat Tennessee, darn it. But what do you hope they say about Michael Spitzer Sr.?
That I was loyal to these guys and I kept my word, and that I was consistent, like I said I was going to be, and I was fair, and I never lost my passion for cheering for Kentucky.
Oh, you have proven that today. All right, where can our listeners find your show and join you on Thursday nights?
They can find me on I'm on Facebook, but I'm really trying to grow my YouTube channel, and
All
it's
right.
the Loyal BBN Fan Show, and I'm on Twitter too as well, and Instagram. It's the
All right,
same name,
folks.
the Loyal BBN Fan Show.
So, all right, Big Blue Nation, you've heard it here today. Be sure to get out there. Michael, most fans watch the game. Some fans talk about the game. You set an alarm at 1 a.m. in Saudi Arabia, really 11 p.m. the night before, and open the phone lines every week in the heat across the ocean, 5 years deep. Because somewhere in Kentucky and everywhere Big Blue Nation lives, fans are waiting to be heard. And you decided that mattered enough to lose sleep one day every week and probably a little bit more, literally. This is not just fandom, that's devotion. This is the Superfan Diaries. I'm J.R. Greene. Find Michael and the Loyal BBN Fan Show on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. And tune in every Thursday night. No matter what time zone you are in, he'll be on. Follow, review, and nominate your favorite Superfan at superfandiaries.com. And remember, if you make one person smile today, you had a great day. make them laugh even better. Thank you, Michael.